They go play action with Hurts. Flushed out right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of two on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season. But rumor is, might have a few more for 2023.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. This one out quickly to Watkins. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And this one is incomplete.
The Eagles at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Hurts.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On second down, Swift. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Mike 17. Mike 17. 17's Mike. Mike 17. I'm coming.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On second down, Cousins again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Cousins. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it as they head out on the field for
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, 79 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Tackled by Avonte Maddox.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Max 50, Max 50. Come on. Max 50, Max 50.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Looking to throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser. Headed for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw now in his own end zone.
Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. This is Swift on the counter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Hurts eluding the pressure right.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Let's go now. Mike 15, Dragon 60. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off.
And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Cousins. Flush to his right. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Cousins. Buying time to his left. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
To throw is Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are back within a couple of the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talk to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Cousins will try and throw. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Switch.
They'll try the wide side with Cook. Down to about the 37. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
He's got room past the 30, down the right sideline. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They run again on first down. Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd and a couple. Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
They go play action. Cousins rolling to, and a big loss here as he's taken down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Cook up the gut. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back in the 32. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal. A loss of 12. And this one is right down the middle. And they take a 17-14 lead. They don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Swift.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Swift again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
DeAndre Swift, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Cousins to throw it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Cousins. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick-6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick, his 2nd sack of the night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Following the interception, Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A first down throw for Cousins.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Cousins. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then against with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side.
On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
Here's Swift.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
One more time with Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several.
And now here is another interception. And he takes this one back into the end
end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott good with a PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And some room. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 70 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Cousins. Looking middle, and that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a give, right side, Swift. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Quez Watkins with his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10.
They'll get this to Nwangu.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll throw again. Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
One last shot now for Cousins. Touchdown! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On 1st down, Hurts.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Q-Bone stallion with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.